Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to pack a couple items that you guys asked me how to pack, but first I figured my intro would be me trying to put together a table. I'm making a table because I got rid of all the tables in my shop. I have nothing to pack on, so I made myself a table by splitting this shelf in half. I also used the other side of the shelf to prop up my camera, so 2 for 1. Here we go. Let's get at it. So 2 of the things you guys asked me to show how I packed were this little white Fenton basket and the display shelf. So I am going to get my station ready. And I'm not saying that I am organized. Obviously, you guys know I'm not the most organized person, but I do usually have everything I need in one place. So it's a little bit difficult for me when I don't. So I'm still getting used to this not having a shop thing, but we're going to get at it. Also, I haven't started singing yet, but we're going to play a little game called Try to Guess what song I'm singing, because I muted it, but you can see me singing in parts of these clips. Okay, I'm going to wrap this first. I also saw a video that said that people don't like voiceovers where you're actually talking about what you're doing, but I feel like in this case, it's important. So I'm going to take bubble from my bubble wrap machine, which is linked below in the description. It's the best thing ever. And I'm going to fill all the dead space. Whenever possible, you really don't want to have any open space, just so that there is less chance of like things bouncing around, things breaking. So I folded this because I was contemplating putting a piece of bubble in between the top and the bottom because I wasn't sure that the glass was going to hit the wood, but it did not. So I left it as is. I took one more piece of the bubble and I put it over the glass itself. And now I'm going to grab some small bubbles. So people ask me all the time if I use my bubble wrap machine for a bubble like this. I do not. I buy bubble like this. Link for that is also in the description. I use the bubble for the bubble wrap machine to do more of the bigger stuff you'll see in the next clip when I put this in the box. But let me keep talking about what I'm actually doing here. All right, so I have bubble inside of it, and then I have that one piece over the glass, and then I'm going to take the small bubble, and I'm going to wrap it all the way around. I wrapped it over both tops. I wrapped it diagonally. I wrapped it around each corner so that everything is completely covered in bubble. And then I'm going to take my shrink wrap. This shrink wrap, again, DNA is free, is a lifesaver. It is so much better than tape. It is the easiest thing to use, and watch how amazing and easy it is to wrap this up and make it nice and tight and packaged. You're going to wrap the corners, you're going to wrap each side, and these are also linked in my description. They're like 2 for $20 on Amazon. It's totally worth it. They last forever. I use it every day for everything, and I can't even tell you the last time I had to replace it. So definitely worth it. Look at how beautiful that is. So here's a look at that right now. I am going to show you later in the video what it looks like when I put it into a box. But right now, that is what it looks like. And what did that take me? A minute? No problem at all. I get asked a lot how I pack hundreds of items a day. And honestly, I don't know. I just do it. It's just quick and easy. I definitely think having the right tools really helps. Having the bubble wrap machine helps. Having the shrink wrap helps. It just makes it easier that way. All right, onto the basket. And again, you want to fill the dead space. So usually here, sometimes if I'm going to have to put it in other things, I will wrap around the handle. Baskets are so difficult to ship. But with this one, because I know what it's going into, because I know it's only going with a couple small things, I put some big bubble from the bubble wrap machine inside to fill some dead space. And then I'm going to wrap it with a whole bunch of little bubble. And then, you guessed it, some shrink wrap. Here's me trying to figure out how I got a big shrink wrap. Where did my little shrink wrap go? I was baffled. I did not understand how my shrink wrap grew, but it doesn't matter. I was not mad about it. So I'm going to wrap this up again, and this is not nearly enough packing for this basket. I want to throw that out there. The box is ready to go. The basket is not. So see that? It's wrapped. It looks nice. This would totally break if I put it in a box just like this. So this is me before I decided I was going to show you how I put it in a box and like demonstrating like I would put more bubble around it. Look, this is what I would do. No, I'm going to show you even more because I end up putting it in paper and bubble before I put it in the box. So right now, this would not survive. We are going to put extra stuff in it to make it survive. I think this is where I go get a box. Okay, yeah, I went to go find a box. So I decided to put the basket aside for now, and we are going to attempt to wrap this, what is it? Shadow box? Shadow box. Okay, first we're going to take measurements because I sold this in a 12 by 12 by 12 at 80 ounces because I know I can fit it in the equivalent of that. Now, right now, this box is too big. Right now, this box is a 20 by 14 by 12 maybe, which is too big, but it's going to fit perfectly in here, so I'm going to make it work. Make sure you're measuring your boxes. Don't be that guy, right? Don't be that guy that abuses the postal system. Measure your boxes, get a box that fits, pay the extra if you have to, just make it work. Am I singing it? Okay, so see, again, bubble wrap machine, lifesaver. Look at how beautiful that box is underneath there. You're going to double layer it. So you're going to put it one way and then you're going to put it the other. It's going to do a double on the bottom and then single on the sides. And then look at how beautifully it just pushes right in. So now it has little bubble around it, shrink wrap around it, big bubble, top, bottom, sides. Boom. Perfect. Now, do I wish I could just ship it in this box? Yes, I do. Have I thought about it? Yes. Was that me deciding if it was going to fit or not? Yes. So here is where I decided to get my scale. And because honestly, if I weighed it and it was already over 80 ounces and I was already going to have to pay the difference for the weight, I would have just shipped it in that box as is and made the dimensions different and the weight different. But it didn't. It only weighed 74 ounces. So I was like, well, it looks like I'm making a box because I'm not going to pay, the couple dollars that it is to change the dimensions if I don't have to. So here's me looking for a knife or scissors. But since I knew that it was going to be under the 80 ounces, I knew I could make it under the 12 by 12 by 12. So why not just do it and then save my things for the future? This box cutter is from when I worked at Lowe's. So it's a good 5 years old. It's a red one though, if you know, you know. But there's no blades in it. So I found scissors. So here's me force cutting this box. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta use what you use. I'm gonna fast forward this. You know what? No, you're gonna enjoy me trying to figure out how to wrap this. So we'll just talk about something else for now. My facial expressions while I pack. Oh, I'm singing. Okay, try to guess what song I'm singing right now. If you can try to guess, put it in the description what song you think I'm singing. I'm jamming out. I will give you a hint. This entire playlist I'm listening to right now is 90s grunge. I'm obsessed with the 90s grunge playlist right now. I can't even, watching me back right now doing this voiceover, I can't figure out what I'm singing. But if you can try to figure it out, I'll go back and listen to the original audio and then I'll answer it in the thing. Oh, this is me realizing I don't have tape. I love that for me. Look how empty the shop is though. Isn't that crazy? Also, spot the sign in the back. Hold on, can I zoom in? Kristine is awesome. Ignore my face. Good zoom in, Kristine. Okay, let's get back to making this box. It's not always pretty, but it works. And again, you have to do what you got to do. And I do my best to make sure that I don't have to pay extra money, that my buyer doesn't have to pay extra money, that whatnot doesn't have to pay extra money. I do my best to make boxes and make sure everything fits. Again, I know that a lot of people will advise you or tell you you don't need to measure, you don't need to weigh. What am I saying now? But I think that that's bad business practice. Do your best. It's not always easy. It doesn't always work, but please do your best to measure your boxes and make sure they fit. This is me trying to figure out the measurements and then not being able to add. I felt like it needed to come in another like half an inch. It was like 14 and a half now that I cut the box, and before it was 14, so add a half an inch. This is me counting in my head. I went to school for math. Did you know that? Fun fact, I went to school for secondary education in mathematics. I wanted to be a math professor. See how it went in a little bit there? I needed it to come in just a little tiny bit more. I think I got it. I wanted to be a math professor, and then I went to school and I decided I didn't want to be a math professor. I knew I didn't want to teach children. I wanted to teach adults, which I still do every day. I mean, look at this, I'm teaching. I guess I did always want to be a teacher, but I didn't want to teach children. I also taught a bunch of classes when I worked at Lowe's. Look at this box. It's perfectly made, but I don't like to ship boxes like that. So I am going to go get some wrapping paper. I buy old wrapping paper and I get wrapping paper donations, and I buy wrapping paper at estate sales so that I can wrap my boxes. I know I could ship it like that, but I like to make it look a little better. Usually my ADHD is better when I'm making these voiceovers, but I want to continue to tell you the story. I decided I didn't want to be a teacher anymore, so then I switched my major to accounting. So again, I was counting on my fingers and trying to add, 17 plus 12 there, and couldn't figure it out. But I did go to school for math. So maybe, I don't know. I guess it's been a long time. And now we have calculators and everything else that just takes the fun out of it. So sometimes you're going to get packages from me that have Christmas wrapping paper. I'm pretty sure I sent 2 packages today that have the most glittery paper I've ever seen. One of them I even turned inside out because I felt bad. I was like, the mailman's going to look like he went to a strip club. This is terrible wrapping paper. That's why it was on sale at Marshall's for $1, because it's crazy wrapping paper. Also, I'm not good at wrapping presents. I'm trying to wrap it like a present, but clearly it's not my thing. And also I care because I want it to get to you nice, but I just want it to get to you safe. I also don't know how to use scissors, apparently. This is not the prettiest thing you'll ever see, but if this is your package, I hope you like it. What am I listening to now? Hold on. Watch my mouth and see if you can figure out what I'm singing. Look, I was even quiet there for a second for you so you could try to focus and not listen to my voice while you watched my mouth and try to figure out what song this is. Also, I guess you can kind of see the shadow from the projector in the back, because I don't have a radio. I have a projector and I just play YouTube, and it's a 90s grunge playlist. Highly recommend. But I don't want to get, in trouble on here for playing music, so you have to just listen to my voice. Here's the package. Nice and safe, and that is how you package a shadow box. All right, now let's finish. I'm still jamming out. I work alone a lot. Oh shit. Oh man, I had to stop recording there because I just cracked myself up there for a second. Yeah, this is the part I like of the job. Everyone always says, why don't you hire a packer? You could sell so much more if you hired a packer. The packing is what I enjoy. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but the selling is the hard part. I like the sourcing and I like the packing. I just kind of put my music on and jam out, and this is what I do. Okay, we're going to make the double layer again, right? So you're going to cross it over, and it's going to make a perfect little, I just think of like a egg basket. They need to make those in school. Okay, so here is the basket, and here is me looking for paper. Good night, lady. See you in the morning. Good night. That was my kid. He's going to bed. I probably could cut that out. It's fine. Okay, so I found the paper. So now I have bubble, shrink wrap, 2 pieces of crumpled paper I'm going to put around it, and it's going in the cushion of bubble wrap. And that is going to be multiple layers of protection to hopefully make it so that it'll get you safe. This order also had a $5 gift card, so I'm putting in the $5 gift card and a couple miniatures. So I'm going to get some bubble wrap and wrap up the miniatures. But again, I definitely suggest I have the bubble wrap machine. It's on sale right now. I have the link in my bio or in my description if you would like to purchase it. I do love having the big bubble. I have the link for the little bubble in there too. The shrink wrap, tape, my scissors, everything. This is extra and left over, and so it's going to go in there as extra packing. What song am I listening to now? Who knows? And then I'm going to put another piece of bubble. For some reason, my Wi-Fi just stopped working for a second. I don't know what's going on. It is 2 o'clock in the morning, so I should probably be sleeping. But at least I'm working instead of mindlessly scrolling. Anyway, this is the finished product. And always double wrap your tape and then do the shake test. So after you put everything in, you're going to give it a little shake, shake, shake. There you go. Make sure it is not going to go anywhere. Okay, and no one requested this, but I'm also going to show you how to wrap this urns. Oh, I did cut that out. Gonna put you down a little bit. Or e-pern. I'm sorry, I called it urns. It's an e-pern. And look, here's me finding a little piece of paper that reminds me it's called an e-pern and not an urns. E-pern. Urns sounds better to me. Anyway, this is me going, look, urns sounds better. So I was afraid to buy these vases and sell these vases because I didn't realize these little things came out. And then once I realized that, I was like, oh shit, this is going to be easy to pack. So I am going to show you how I pack that while I jam out. Let's try to figure out what I'm listening to now. I was going to put a bunch of bubble around this, and I decided that because it's going alone, I did as a ship alone because it's so heavy that I don't need a lot of extra padding because I'm going to be able to put the double padding in the box. So I put one inside of it, fill some dead space, and then I'm going to wrap it. Again, see how I wrapped over top and bottom, and then I wrapped around the sides, and then I wrapped around the bottom again. You got to do it like up, down, all around. Make it so that it's, you have a lot of different, the bubbles going different ways. And then I'm going to shrink wrap the crap out of it. Do you see how quick and easy these are? That's a game changer. I don't know who told me about that, but it was a lifesaver, and thank you to whoever did that. Also, this angle makes me realize that I really need to put something on the back of my arm right there where my tattoo doesn't meet. He was supposed to have bats and stuff there, but I think I want to put another pumpkin there or something. It's a lot bigger than I expected. Anyway, back to what I'm doing here. These, I was going to wrap alone, but I like to wrap together as often as I can because I feel like if you can put them top to bottom, like head to toe type of thing, and then wrap them and shrink it like this. You see how they go top to bottom, bottom to toe like that? And then wrap them, and then wrap them and shrink wrap. I feel like they ship better. So I put these ones top to bottom, and then you'll see that I instantly regret this as soon as I tried doing this. Look, it's around my hand. Kristine Schmurrow, what are you doing? And then I regret it when I go to put it in the box because they would have fit perfectly 1, 2, 3 around the 3 sides, and instead I had to put 2 on the top and 1 on the side. So it was not the greatest idea, but whatever. We use what we have and we make it work. We do what we do, we make it work. I don't know. Whatever the case is, again, with the shrink wrap, best thing ever invented, and it is so quick and easy and way better than tape, because it's easier for your buyer to get off too. So I don't know about you, but I hate getting packages with a ton of tape on my items because I usually can't find a knife or scissors, and it's just a pain to get it taken care of. These are also the USPS boxes you can get for free, but please make sure you are not abusing them. I must have gotten a phone call or a text message there. What was that weird look at your phone, you creeper? Okay, we're doing my handy dandy trick. I'm going to tell you right now, buy the bubble wrap machine. It's totally worth it. I bought another one because they're on sale. This is me debating putting it upside down or putting it right side up. Sometimes I like to put upside down so that the other side has double bubble, but because this one is going into a box where I know I could put bubble on top because I did it as a ship alone, I put it right side up, and then I put the things inside. I need to get a camera angle thing, one that goes on my head or something, so I can video what I'm actually doing inside the box. But I mean, you got it, right? I showed you enough. And then I did, because the bubble is so big, it is a little bulgy, and this is not a sturdy table for me to tape, but I'm going to get it taped and it's in. So we got to be close to the end of this video. I think I did a thing of my bubble wrap machine at the end. There you go. Shake it. Good to go. If you want to see more, let me know. Again, links in description for everything you want, including this bubble wrap machine. It is a game changer. I love you guys. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you again. Love you. Bye.